Hey, you'll have to stick around with me. Just give me a second to share my screen. And we're on. What time is that? It's 3 p.m. Not so early. And not so late. It's ideal for trading and preparing. I actually have a lot of time for preparing in comparison to a lot here. And I think I'm so lucky. I can prepare as early as 4 a.m. if I want. So guys, we don't have a long time. It's only 25 minutes. And basically, I will not analyze the whole market. We could do something different. I could just simply show you how I build my watch list in the morning. How does that sound for you? That's good. Awesome. Let's go to the normal mode. There we are. Cool. So I have everything ready. You could see that I'm having a huge list around here, and this is how I'm starting to build my watch list every single day. And what I'm doing is I don't care much about catalyst. I don't care much about the pre-market price action, and I don't care about news. I'll be looking mainly at the 60-minute chart and the daily chart, and since we're having only 25 minutes, I'll have to do it fast, but you'll see. Now, the good thing about this is that on Thursday, we closed on the SPY at all-time high, and I believe that this week or maybe this month it could be a little bit fun. For over 2 weeks, we've been stuck in a range, or maybe like almost whole March. You see, we've been stuck in a range, strong day, weak day, sideways consolidation, no good trends. Basically, we're doing nothing, right? Thursday closing at all-time high. Today gapping up. Market sounds so fun. A lot of stuff you could see in the green. We are gapping up, and I think today we could have some decent trends. So what am I doing? Let's take a look at this. Zoom. This thing is sitting sideways on the daily chart, and if I see that there is something sitting sideways like this on the daily chart, I don't like it much, because this thing could trend to the downside, it could trend to the upside, and I'm just simply removing it from my watch list. Next thing, I'm taking a look at XPEV. Same thing with XPEV. We're kind of going sideways. We could bounce off the 50 and downtrend, and we're sitting within the daily chart. We could uptrend. I don't like this thing, and I am removing it from my watch list. XOMs actually is interesting. Look at this. We're sitting closer to a breakout area. This breakout area is somewhere 80 cents above us. In the pre-market, if you manage to close above 57.50, 57.60, I'll be interested in trading this thing to the long side for a trend today. If we just sell off, I'm not going to be trading it for a short side. I'm just going to remove it. For now, I'm going to keep this in my list, and I'm going to get back to it around 9:10 before I finalize my watch list. Let's take a look at X. This thing is also decent. It's not the worst, not the best. This candle is red. At the high, we closed as a spinning top. That's why this day was red. Today, I can't really tell where we're going to go to, long or to the short side. The 60 looks like we are sitting around this 50 moving average. It could act as a resistance. It could go to the downside, could go to the upside. Not so clean. I bet we'll have some stuff which are more clean today, and I would prefer watching them. WKHS definitely is not going to be on my watch list. We are stuck between moving averages on the 60, stuck between everything on the daily chart. I am removing it. WC, this thing is awesome. I like it, actually. This thing is clean. Sort of an ABCD pattern, kind of an ascending triangle, not exactly an ascending triangle, but I see strength. We're making higher lows on the daily chart. We're close for a breakout, and if we break above 40.20, we'll have room all the way to 40.90. I prefer doing the lows around here, or 40.20. So we'll have room, not actually so much, 70 cents. Yeah, we'll have around 70 cents and even up more above us to the upside. $1 and something. The average true range of this thing is $1. So we could make it to 41 if we break up, which is something is really interesting around here. Let's take a look at Uber. Uber is also decent. Now, guys, one thing which I didn't tell you when I was reviewing my trades, I would love WFC more if it drops down to previous day close, fills the gap, catch it for a trend somewhere around here if it gives us parabolic reversal, and then hold it for a decent trend to the upside. Same thing with Uber. It would be good to see this thing selling off holding the previous day close and then starting to uptrend. But on Uber, it's a little bit difficult because the average true range with this thing is around $2. And if it drops down and fills the gap, that would be somewhere around 50% of the average true range. So it wouldn't be really cool if it fills the gap and then starts the uptrend. Let's take a look at this thing. Twitter, not cool. Sideways on the daily chart. So going to remove it. Andre, feel free to email me. I'm going to send you the list. TSM, TSM, TSM. TSM is decent, right? Let's remove all the lines. I'm going to draw the levels later again. So TSM, let's zoom out the daily chart, take a clean look at this thing. It's not the cleanest. It's decent that it's uptrending. Not so clean, honestly. Look at this. On the daily chart, we didn't pull back. We're just going up, sideways, going up, sideways, going up. It could do that, but it's rare that's happening. And honestly, I'm expecting that TSM today is going to sell off more than it's going to be uptrending. So I'm not going to have it. Maybe I'm going to leave it. We'll see what happens at 9 o'clock. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla, again, if Tesla is decent because we're sitting at a breakout area. We've been sitting around here for, again, 1 month. Today we are up, but again, there is this moving average, which is annoying. So today I'm going to stay away from it. If we manage to close above it, somewhere around here today, and the average range on this thing is somewhere around $40, $50, right? We can manage to close up at 760, 750, and tomorrow could be fun, but not for today. TLRY, same thing, sideways in the daily chart, removing it. How did you select the stocks on your original list? Me and Lenny collected stocks which are stocks from different sectors, which are usually in play. I started with a list of 20 stocks. Lenny extended it to 50 stocks. Or it was 25 for me. Lenny extended it to 50. Anyway, Tiger, not clean. Okay, TCT is nice. Look at this. This is awesome, actually. I love this thing so much. This is an ABCD pattern on the daily chart, type 1 ABCD pattern. Today, we are gapping up to all-time high. This is following the SPY, but could get some independent push at the open. I'm going to keep this thing. This is looking good for now, at least. SRPT, overall, it is weak. We are downtrending overall, but lately we have been going up. This is not an uptrend, so I doubt I would want to trade this thing to the long side. We could just retest and drop down, and basically that's what we did. You see, on the previous day, we went up, we retested this previous support, bounce outfit, and we could continue the downtrend, but at the same time, because the market's strong, it could go to the upside. And I don't like gambling. I don't like 50-50 trades. I want a little bit of a bigger edge when I'm trading. So I'm going to skip this one. Same thing with the SQ. I don't like when stocks are around the moving averages or stuck between moving averages. This thing will have to get away as well. SPY might be interesting to trade today. I think I might even have the SPY on my watch list. I know that a lot of us are not trading the SPY here, but if this thing is looking clean, it is at all-time high. It's on a nice uptrend. It's finally not choppy. Why not trading it? So yeah, I'm going to leave the SPY. We'll see. I actually will not be surprised if it drops today as well to 400 and then bounces out of here, and then we start an uptrend in the next few days. Anyway, we'll see. I'll keep it. SPCE. Let's remove all the levels. Same thing. It's ugly on the daily chart. It's just going sideways, and you don't want to trade these, honestly. When it's red, green, green, red, green, red, green, you can't anticipate the direction. There is basically no trend. The open could be weak. Later on the day, it's strong, or the open could be strong. Later on the day, it's weak. Is it strong, weak? I mean, it's not enough clean for me. Snap. Let's take a look at Snap. Same thing with Snap. Overall, actually on Snap, overall, we are strong. We dropped closer to a support area. We held the support area. Now we're coming back up. But now we're stuck between moving averages. It's not where I want to trade it. I want it a little bit higher to get my attention for long. Or I want it lower, below 48, to drag my attention to trade it to the short side. For now, we're having stuff which are better. Rocket is ugly, right? I mean, same thing. It's going sideways. Rocket, I'll be interested in it to the short side if we manage to go below the 22 area or below 21. The average to range with this thing around $1.50. So if it goes below 21, it will not be interesting today. That's around $1.80, which is the average to range. So let it go down today, and tomorrow I might be interested in it. If today just goes up, then it will still not be interesting for me. Ayman, on price action being close to moving averages, you only want to trade stocks that are above or below? I want to trade stocks which are showing me clear potential direction intraday. I mean, based on the daily chart, I want to see a possible clear direction for today. If I see that, I'll be watching it. But if it's sitting somewhere like this, for example, here, it just stuck between everything in no clear direction. It could go up, could go down. I don't want to trade it. So let's continue. Ride. Same thing with Ride. It's just been going sideways for a long time. Not really interesting. And actually, Ride, I'm kind of more long buys rather than short buys. This thing dropped closer to a support area. Did a sort of a double bottom. Now we're breaking this area. Maybe if it makes another wave higher, like this, in the next few days, I've been interested in it for long. Not today, not soon. If I was swing trading, I'd be kept a closer eye on Ride, but I'm not swing trader and I'm not good at that. I'll just blow up my account swing trading, so better not to do that. QQQ, also interesting. We're gapping above this area, which we held for over a month as well. So today we could run at least to 330, maybe. And I'm not saying that we will do that, but at least I can see a clear and a decent direction. But I don't love trading the Qs. The Qs are a little bit too volatile for me. I prefer the SPY, something more clean, manageable with risk. QCOM. QCOM looks long to me, but again, I don't like the fact that we're below the 50. Now, why don't I like the fact that we're sitting below the 50 moving average? If you check my extreme reversal webinar, I mentioned there that stocks first of all, after the cross of the 50 with the 9 and the 20, they drop below it, and sometimes they pull back, retest the 50, and then continue the trend. And basically, this happens on all the time frames, whether it's the 1, the 5, the 15, the 60, the daily, and now we're sitting at that area on the daily chart. So we could go up, we could go down, and I don't love that fact. So I'm just going to skip it. PTYN, not decent. We're just going sideways, removing it. So you see, so far I'm having like 3-6 stocks. This is not the final list. I'm still going to minimize it after 9 o'clock. PRTS, same thing, not so interesting. PLTR, same thing, just going sideways in the daily. Let's remove it. But you see, I didn't pay so much attention to the 60 right now. Why am I not paying so much attention right now to the 60-minute chart? Because it's just so early to pay attention to the 60-minute chart. I need the 8 a.m. candle to close, and it will close at 9 o'clock, and then I will be finalizing my list based on what I see on the 60-minute chart. For now, I'm picking the cleanest stocks on the daily chart. After that, I'm minimizing it based on what I see on the 60-minute chart. PFE. So PFE is decent. Honestly, it's not so bad, but I would love it more above 36.70. The average to range on this thing is 50 cents. So seeing it above 36.70 is 30 cents. We'll have only 20 cents left based on the average to range. So not for today, maybe tomorrow, maybe after. I'll still have this list and I'll get back to it tomorrow, and I'll see how stuff goes today. And maybe those lists which I deleted today could be suitable for me to trade them tomorrow. PDD, again, overall we're weak. We're coming back up. I'll be more long biased in PDT rather than short biased because we're having room at least all the way here, right? And that's a decent move. That's $12. The average to range in this thing is around $8, so we could be along. Could keep this thing, though it's stuck between moving averages, but there is room to run. Oh, we'll get to CCL. Where is CCL? I think I have CCL on my list. There it is. Yeah, we'll get to CCL soon. Oxy, sideways on the daily chart. OSTK, ugly on the daily chart. Open, same thing based on the daily chart. NVIDIA, decent. A lot of stuff are following the SPY, right? And you see the same pattern around here on many of them. But on NVIDIA, you could see that we're having room from 555 to the moving average cross. I see a lot of stocks, they get closer to the moving average cross, bounce, outfit, and drop down. But to the moving average cross, that's $10 move. We have an average range of $20. We could easily hit the 565. I'm going to keep it right now. NADM doing nothing. NKLA doing nothing. NIO, NIO, NIO. Let's see. So NIO been tough lately, right? But I could assume that we could go to 44. At the same time, if we break below the previous day close, we could go to the downside. This is not the cleanest. We have stuff which are better with bigger probability trend. I'm going to keep those stuff. And Netflix, we already have NVIDIA, which is looking better. So let's keep NVIDIA. MU is ugly. I mean, we got up and then we closed a spinning top. Now we're sitting at the high again, and there is a huge gap to fill. It could literally do anything. I'll be interested in MU only above 95. So not today, or only if we fill the gap and then start coming back up again. Not today. Microsoft is decent actually. If we break this area, we could run to 244, 245, but again, we're having NVIDIA. Eventually, they could do the same thing. MRO is also clean, but looking at this on the 5-minute chart, it's just below all those moving averages. That's around 10 cents. It could come back up. I'm not really sure. We have something similar to MRO down here. Where was it? Yeah, on Uber. So, but they are two different stocks, different sectors. They could do different things. I'm going to keep it for now. I'll take a look again at it at 9 o'clock. mRNA, let's remove it. Mara, let's take a look at Mara. So Mara closed to all-time high. The last day we closed as a spinning top. Closing as a spinning top means that today we are more likely to drop down. But it's enough clean, and it could break the all-time high as well. I mean, 50 cents, it's $1 above us. The average to range in this thing, $4. It could easily go to 53 and more. So I'm going to keep it for now. MA, sideways, JPM. We need some financials, right? JPM, BAC, one of those if they are clean. And they don't look bad, actually. We're close for a breakout area. Let's take a look at WFC or BAC. I think those ones I got used to trading, and I prefer WFC or BAC. Yeah, BAC is looking better. On BAC, we're at all-time high, and I think it will trade better than JPM. Let's set price this one to BAC. We'll take a look at it before the market open. JD is not clean. The IWM, again, also not clean. We're sitting at a resistance area. We could easily drop down. INTC. I've been watching it multiple days. I traded it on this day. I'm waiting for it to break the 65, because if we break the 65, we'll have a room easily to 640 at least. I'm not sure what to do with it. I'm going to keep it, and I'll take a look at it again at 9 o'clock. I know it is doing nothing. IBM ABCD pattern on the daily chart. So we could actually uptrend, but there is this moving average on the 16-minute chart. Remember what I told you? I don't like it when it's just getting closer to the 50, because it could bounce out of it and then start the downtrend. So not for today. Maybe tomorrow, maybe after. GME, not going to trade it. I mean, it's like literally not clean. I see we had it. JM is decent, honestly, based on the daily chart. Based on the 60 weeks on the top, which was selling pressure, so I'm going to remove it. I want stuff to look clean on all the time frames. FUTU, we're not close for a breakout area. We could chop today, so I'm going to remove it. Okay, I'm trying to pick stocks which could offer me a potential trend today. And so far, the list is big. It's from INC to XOM, but this is just the first draft. FUBO, like the 60 looks strong. Multiple hammers, but the daily overall is downtrending, and it's close to the 9 EMA. It could bounce and make a reverse MCT pattern. So not for today as well. Alan, I'm not sure if it's recorded. We'll have to ask Norman Carlos if it's going to be uploaded in the YouTube. Hopefully it is. Anyway, Facebook. Let's take a look at Facebook. Daily chart closer to all-time high. But look at this. We closed as a doji right there. We kind of sold off in the pre-market. I'm not really sure about this thing. It's not clean today. Maybe tomorrow, after tomorrow, if this candle closes as a bullish candle, we will have a really good continuation. But not for now. Same thing with Edit. It's just going sideways. I don't want to watch this thing. DKNG, same thing. Like, we're getting closer to a cross, and I told you, I don't love taking stuff closer to cross. They could just bounce out cross. Closer to it, above it. Not liking it. So So we're having 5 minutes, and I really want to finish this with you guys. Let's try to go faster. CGC, sideways on the daily chart, not watching it. Someone was asking about CCL. CCL is good. I don't know who was asking about CCL, but we are kind of at a breakout area from here. We'll have room all the way to this daily level. We'll have room here. Actually, I prefer to take a look at the 60 here. Yeah, this is a clean level around here. We're sitting around it. This is a clean level around here. We'll have room all the way up here based on the 60, all the way up here. And there is some room here. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad, actually. This thing is good. Based on the daily chart, we'll see what it does. I would love to see it filling the gap first, because the gap is not so far. It's only 20 or 25 cents to get a better entry if it's doing that parabolic, and then a continuation. We'll take a look at it one more time at 9 o'clock. No, IG. If I see something which is weak, I will take it for a trend to the downside. But so far, I can't find anything which is weak on the daily chart. If we find something which looks really good for a downtrend, we'll keep it. So you're welcome, guys. Let's see. This one we're removing. Beyond. Like, for example, beyond around here, it's looking decent for a short, but the 60, look at this, all the moving averages are below it. It could bounce literally off anything. Basically, so far I didn't see any good bearish stock. BP, I don't trade stocks which are stuck between the 9, the 20, and the 50. One of my rules. Stuck between 9, the 20, and the 50, I'm not trading them. And all those stuff which I'm saying right now, I backtested them. They are based on my new rules on my trade book. I can't really explain why I don't trade stocks between the 9, the 20, and the 50, and why I don't trade stocks when they're stuck between moving averages, why I don't take stocks to the short side when they have a lot of moving averages below them on the 60, but they're uptrending on the daily. It will take a whole webinar. Maybe I'll do that in the future. But for now, I'm just trying to give you the key points to understand what I'm doing around here. The LDP looks really bullish on the 60. The daily could have a lot of resistance ahead, not good for a trend. Baidu. Same thing with Baidu, not so clean. Speed dating. Zain, email me, I'll send you the list. All right, guys, 3 more minutes, I guess. All right, BA, look at this. Literally going sideways, not interesting. By the way, I have the gappers list on the top. So let's start from the top with the gappers list as well, just in case. We took a look at those ones. AAL is awesome. I like AL more than CCL. So clean here with so clean targets on the 60-minute chart. Oh my God, this is bad. Let's go out. Get in here. Zoom in here. Yeah, on CCL, on AL, we'll have some actually decent targets ahead of us. AL, sorry. And I like this one more than CCL. I'll keep it. CCL, we had it actually. I have it below. That's why I removed it on the top. Sometimes they're repeating. INTC, we also took a look at it. MU, we took a look at it. Riot, this is like the Thursday's watch list. XPEV, ugly on the daily. PLTR sideways, not watching it. FCAL sideways on the daily. And NOX, so huge of a gap. I don't love these type of gaps. If the stock makes these type of moves in the pre-market, I don't trade it, because usually they end up just selling off or going sideways, or maybe they give you a fake breakout on the 1 minute chart and then they're selling off. So if I see that stock did these kind of moves in the pre-market, the solution is this: delete. Same thing with the LEAF. I see this move, just delete. OCUP, this looks ugly on the daily chart, removing it. CHPT, no pre-market price action. No, there is a pre-market price action, but I'm still zoomed in. And we are around the 50. I told you I don't trade them. They are around the 50. Tesla is decent, like you said, to the long side, but again, on Tesla, we are close to the 50. I don't trade stocks when they're still between the 9, the 20, and the 50. So it could be interesting, but maybe not for today. EBON, sideways on the daily, removing it. AMC, 9, 20, and 50, between them, I'm removing them. This is sideways on the daily, could go up, could go down. I want stuff which are clean for a trend. And PLTR. So guys, it's 9:30. Thor and Carlos, Norman Carlos, will jump in any minute right now. I was a little bit late today. If I came at 8 o'clock, but unfortunately I didn't know that Jared will be off today. would have been able to finish it. Still have a small list around here. But if you still have any questions, save them in the afternoon, 12 p.m. Eastern. I can answer them. And have a great trading day, everyone.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope everyone had an amazing weekend. Hope you're having an amazing morning as well. Good morning, Norm. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, buddy. I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing good. Besides tired from a nice long weekend, hanging out with friends and stuff like that, I'm doing okay. Doing okay.
Good.
All right, guys. Let's get to it. First, we're going to go right into our overall market news update for this week. Thank you, Eamon, for covering for Jared this morning, last minute. So we appreciate you stepping up and taking care of that. Let's get into a little bit of what the market pulse and what's happening down this week.
Yeah, man. So that consolidation that we've been in and spoken about so much the last couple of weeks, it looks like we started to break free from that. Friday, despite the markets being closed, there was some jobs data that came out, and they came out way better than expected. So futures started trading higher, and it's carried over to this morning with the gap up, decent over 0.5% on the SPY and the Qs. Over 400 on the SPY now, and we're just above that top end resistance range that we were talking about on the Qs at around 324, 325 ish. So let's see if it can follow through and keep going. Our gappers list is pretty decent. A lot of the usual suspects on here, energy, alternative energy stuff. There are, a little bit of NFT, Bitcoin, stuff we've been talking about, and some reopening things as well. So we've got a Fed speaker at 11 a.m. And then Janet Yellen, Treasury Secretary, is supposed to have a speech. And I apologize, I didn't see the time of that. It's sometime midday. I don't know that it's going to affect the markets much. I think the major thing she's going to talk about is pushing global leaders to establish a minimum corporate tax. I don't know how she thinks she's going to get that to happen, but anyway, it's that's at some point today. I don't know. I don't think it'll do much to the markets. I could be wrong, but let's see how this week plays out. Looking better. We're getting
Yes,
better.
yes, it is definitely getting a lot better, and looking forward to some fun. All right, let's get rid of our watch list and stuff we had from last week. Let's get rid of this as well, and we'll make some new rows in here, and we'll look at what we have this morning. Again, a lot on the green today, as you can see right on here. Let's start with what's on the gapping down list, and then we'll look at what's gapping up today, because obviously we have a whole lot there. CAD this morning. Let's get our link going here. External linkage from Trade Ideas. There we go. That should be set. Let's try that again. So ACAD here. So this is down nicely 20%. For the most part, you can see this stock doesn't trade very well. Had a big gap down a couple of weeks ago here, and then another one happening. Seems like it's happening today. So whatever's going on with this one has not been a pretty good news for them overall. Pre-market looks okay, guys, for this type of stock. For this type of data that doesn't move a lot, you're getting some pretty good volume here. 434,000, down 20%. The issue with these type of stocks, you're not going to get a clean price action. But let's see. Today, I do like this gap down again here after consolidating in a couple of weeks in here. So let's see what happens there. Down 20%, 400 and something. That's not bad.
They had some FDA info on a dementia-related drug that they have, so that's what's hitting them this morning.
Yeah, so definitely a nice catalyst as well. Let's see if that's gonna trade well today. But I definitely like what I'm seeing so far on here on this one. GameStop, this thing is down 13% today, so taking a bit of a hit this morning. Again, entertainment stock for me, guys. We don't usually trade this one. If you want to watch it,
secondary.
Secondary for them. Oh,
they finally came out and decided they finally decided to come out and raise some capital based on this push. I guess they figure, it's holding up here. They might as well at this point. They did also give an update on their first quarter sales. It's not their official earnings or anything, but they did update for first quarter sales, and they were up. It was like 11% year over year. So,
wow, nice.
Yeah. I think all the news on them has maybe helped them marketing wise.
Oh, I agree. I agree. I mean, who would not go into a game store, go into a store just to look with all the madness that's going on? Come out buying something. All right. So again, very interesting stuff there, guys. I won't watch it. That's just not the type of stock that I would trade. ACY here, they are up 5.1. They don't look great on the daily. Very, very choppy, guys. I had a big day on Friday. Looks like here as far as volume, 148,000. Let's see quickly how that traded. Not too bad here. About 11 o'clock did run nicely. Did get some volume, so that's pretty neat there. Float on this one 1.2, so very, very low flow stock. I'm concerned with the volume now for the type of float that it is, so I'm not going to add it on here. If it can get the volume, it could be a nice runner today. If it can get above the previous day close line here, get some really good low flow type volume, but you're not seeing that right now. 700,000 is not going to cut it for the type of float that this is. UAVS, this one is down 2.9. I'm not seeing anything great in the pre-market though. So I'll skip on this one for now. Volume is very light as well. And for the most part, I think we've seen this one quite a bit. It doesn't trade very well intraday. So I don't have no hopes that this is going to be a good one for today anyway. All right, let's see our giant, massive gap up list today. I think we have about probably 50 on here. Let's go through a few on the top here. So NNOX, 31 million shares flow. This one is up nicely, 63% right now, guys. 2.4 million shares traded. I can already tell managing your risk on this one's going to be tough. You can see some candles here dropping $1 easily on the 5 minutes. So you're going to have to be very careful on this one. Volume for the most part on the daily, also very light. So that means the price action in most days when you're moving, this candle here is 68 to 80, almost 85. So you got a $6 move there on 2-3 million shares traded. That's not going to be clean. The spread there's going to be horrible. So want to be careful on this one. Today already, they're already trading 2.5 million, which is a little bit above what they normally do. So today could be a difference maker. I'm going to add it as a possible for now. Norm, do we have any news on this one? Because they normally don't move like this.
They had some positive FDA news on an X-ray device.
Okay. All right. So again, today could be a whole different ballgame for them. But again, managing your risk on this one, guys, very, very careful. Spreads at 20 cents now. Could get better or worse. Just be very mindful on that one. As possible for now. All right. Heading on down, we have Leaf here. 29 million shares flow. Looks like a buyout, so we'll skip it. Doesn't look good at all right now. This pre-market.
Yep. All cash.
All cash. All right. So nothing we could do there. DMYD, 27 million shares flow. Also horrible pre-market action. Again, just a horrible daily as well. This is just bad all around. We'll skip on this one. since we have a lot to go through today. OCUP, we had this one on our list before. It's not a great looking stock by any means, and also the pre-market action is not looking great. We'll skip it. This is Zkin. Now this was a 9 million shares flow, and it's not looking great right now. Now we know this is the fungus. Well, no, what is it?
Fungus.
Fungus,
Oh.
right? NTFS, whatever. Is this one of these
Non
stocks?
non-fungible token?
Yeah, there you go. It's one of
NFT?
these. Yeah, is this one
Yes.
of these, right? Yeah. All right. So
Well, kind of. I mean,
Yeah.
they manufacture steel, but they're jumping into the NFT business.
gotcha. All right. So again,
They're
just
Chinese, and I
funky
wouldn't.
trading action on this.
Yeah, I
We've seen
mean,
before.
it doesn't sound right. It doesn't pass. This one doesn't pass the smell test, so I'd
It
be a
does
little
not. I do call
concerned
those
on
fungus
that.
from now on. I think that's going to be the name for that. It's just it doesn't smell good at all. NVTA, this one here, guys. We're popping up 10%. Volume is very light though. I wish we had more. Only 119,000. Pre-markets doesn't look great. Daily doesn't look great neither, guys. I mean, just very choppy. Every candle, and what we mean by daily doesn't look great, just look how every candle is forming here, just overlapping the previous candle. You have a couple of gaps ups that's just turn into red days. It's just nothing great about it. The only thing that looks somewhat decent is that they might break out of this level of resistance they have here at 43.69. But if they do that, how are they going to trade? I mean, the volume is just not great. So we'll skip on that for now. If something happens, scanners, we can come back to it. We looked at this already. EBON took off this morning. I saw that. Started hitting the scanners at 8 a.m. Nice little pop here with some volume. This could be explosive today. We'll put it on here. I'm not sure I'll keep it as a main for myself. But right now they're up 8.1, 2.4 million shares with some good pre-market action. Let's see. Again, another one of these funky type stocks.
They'll be in play today. I'm
Yeah.
not a fan of trading this one, but they'll be
Yeah.
in play. They announced a launch of a crypto exchange this morning.
All right, so we'll keep a look on that one. CHPT, guys, this one it's been making some noise the last couple of days. I haven't traded it yet. Last week did very well. Today, possible continuation. They're up 8% this morning. Decent pre-market action, could be better. Their daily's a little bit better the last couple of weeks, right? From here on, you can see how bad it is. It's getting a little better here. I don't know. Maybe maybe a main one. We'll see. CHPT. We'll come back and take a second look at that. All right, let's go down. See some of our favorites on here. I have Tesla up. Tesla is definitely in play, guys. Look it up. 7.5, 1.4 million shares traded. So let's put that up there. Nice little pop for Tesla today. UPC. I don't like UPC, so I'm going to skip on this one. It's low flow stock right now. No good volume. We have AMC. AMC. Not a bad pre-market action right now at the moment. Not one of my favorite type of stocks to trade. We'll take a look at it. Secondary. Roblox is on here. How has Roblox been doing? So just pretty much trying to figure out what's next here. Just chopping around. Not a whole lot going on. It is a very difficult stock to trade. At least it was when it was getting all this volume. The spread was brutal. We have a couple of good shorts in here, but for the most part, very tough stock to trade. So we'll let it wait till it settles down. Right now, the volume is not great. Although they're up 5%, their pre-market volume not all that nice right now. SKLZ not looking so good at the moment. Volume is okay. Pre-market is okay. Actually, you know what? Their consolidation here above 18 is not bad. It's not bad, but let's see. SKLZ, we'll put it on here for now. All right, let's head on down. We have Ride. This took a massive drop. Remember this one, guys. Starting to level off here, but nothing great at the moment. Let's head down. What else do we have? NCLH. What do we have on the travel? This has some good volume today. 1.1 million, up 3.4. I do like that. That's the type of volume we want to see on these NCLH and CLLH. Oops, excuse me. NCLH. There we go. Jesus Christ. It's a Monday. There we go. Okay, now we got it. Man, you can tell when you're tired, guys. Your body. This is why you gotta be careful when trading tired and when you're not at your best performance. It happens. You can tell. I can't even type. So NCLH, guys. I like the volume there. Let's take a look at CCL. Let's see what's happening there.
Your dad's a preacher, isn't he?
He is. Yes.
How would he feel about you screaming Jesus Christ in the middle of our thing the day after
God,
Easter?
He'll probably say.
Would you be in trouble?
I probably would be in trouble.
Okay.
I could hear him calling me now. I'm like, what are you doing? You know, my wife watches the pre-market show once in a while, and every time I say something inappropriate, she'll text me after the show. So I expect a text today. She doesn't watch every day, but it seems like when I say something inappropriate, she'll text me. So I'll be waiting for that text later. All right, here's XPEV, guys. XPEV is looking okay. 3.5, 206,000. Not great volume, though. Let's take a look at NEO. What do we have there? Neo right now, 3.2, 1.2 million shares traded. I don't want to. I think Neo could be something today. Their daily is great. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I think they could have something going on here. Do we take a look at CCL, guys? That's interesting. CCL doesn't have a lot of volume like NCLH does. Do they have their own catalyst this morning? Although the pre-market is not great. It's not all that exciting right now. So I don't know. I'm probably
So
about to sleep on that one.
there's a chance that a lot of these companies, I can't remember, it might have been Carnival, but I can't remember which company was saying that they didn't expect a sale until November. However, it appears that the rumor is that CDC is going to release some fresh guidance that would involve cruising soon. There's also some potential litigation going on with the state of Florida. They might start sailing again in July under certain conditions. So,
Okay.
popping them up this morning.
Yeah, no, NCLH does look good, guys, daily as well. So I'll keep an eye on this one. CCL, not so much, but this one definitely looks a little bit interesting. All right, guys, let's stop here. We have all kinds of favorite stuff that we like there. Go EV, we have Plug, we have just everything. But I want to give you guys a chance to throw some stuff at us. Norm, what do you like this morning so far?
Still looking. I do overall like tech.
Yeah.
At some point, we're gonna. Apple looks pretty decent. It had a nice, especially on the 60-minute, it had a nice little consolidation this morning. It broke out from right at about 8 a.m. So I'm gonna see how that strength stays in those. As we've mentioned, a lot of these have done virtually nothing for the last 6 months. These Apples and Amazons. I'm not going to day trade Amazon, but I'll do Apple. They've barely done anything in the last 6 months. Up, down, shop around, and so maybe this is the start. A nice little consolidation pattern on the daily with the higher low off that 120-ish number, which happens to be a very strong moving average. Let's see.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, especially the last month. I mean, they did nothing. Look at this, just back and forth between 120, 123. So let's see, man. It looks good. Tech is strong. That could be a real nice one this morning. I agree with you 100%. All right, let's start here with Richard giving us QS. Let's take a look there. QS this morning. What do we have going on? So they are up 4.4 right now. 241,000 shares traded. Yeah, this could be I know traders do very well with this one. I haven't not been able to trade this one yet, but it looks okay. Let's put it as a possible for now. Possible continuation after a nice gap up yesterday, Friday. This sell off, and now I'm not sorry, Thursday. This sell off is trying to come back now. Let's see if we can get going here. If we could turn up the engines. Let's look at BA this morning. They are pretty much popped up 1.2, pretty much flat in this pre-market. Their daily does look interesting, though. I mean, they've been holding here. They had a drop, which many stocks did when the market sell off and things like that. But this could be interesting. I don't say is in play right now as far as a main ticker. I think it's more of a possible at the moment. We have to wait and see how that's going to play out. GM is up 2%. Let's take a look. 2%, but not looking great. Again, GM, very difficult stock to trade, guys. Doesn't trade all that nice for the way we trade. Today could be a difference, right? They have news that you mentioned, right? 2% Hummer EV news could be, but that news has been out for a while. So I don't know how much of that is already baked into the move they've been having the last couple of months. They've been up pretty nice, guys. So I don't know how much that's going to push them unless they have any other catalysts. Let's head on down here. CEMI. Excuse me. CEMI. This one is up 60%, 13 million shares traded, guys. So this is up pretty nice this morning. The float on this one, just to check, CEMI, we are looking at 18 million shares float. So it's a little bit on the lower side. We got to be just a little cautious with it. So we'll put it on here on our low flow stockpile of 14 million right now. It's great volume at the moment. Good pre-market action. So we'll see. We'll see where that goes. All right, WFC, West Fargo. This one is up here 1.2 at the moment. Pre-market action is not great, which you're not going to get a great pre-market action out of these companies, these banking companies anyway. So we'll keep an eye on this one, but as a possible. That's what I would do as a possible. How are other banking stocks doing today? BAC, yeah, they're all up about 1.3, 1.5. JP Morgan's another good one as well. They're up 1.4. But man, look at their dailies, just brutal. I mean, they've done great over the last, beginning of the year, they've been up real nice. But the last month or so, like we've seen with many stocks, just this pure chop. And this is why it has been very difficult the last couple of days. We've been talking about this, to the intraday trade. So hopefully if the market breaks out, these stocks can start trading better. But again, these are not looking good at all right now. WFC maybe if it can get going. All right, let's look at some other ones here. PLTR. We'll look at American Airlines next. PLTR. What do we have? So PLTR right now, popping up 3.4, great volume. I mean, PLTR seems to always have amazing volume. I mean, they're doing about 60 million every day without being in play. And then when they are in play, you can see here they're just quickly shoot up to 302 million shares traded, right? So they're heavily traded here. So at 1.5, I won't put too much weight on that because, man, they could just be so choppy at times. So I love the daily here for a possible breakout. I'm not going to lie on that. If it was any other stock besides PLTR, I would maybe put this on my main list, but it's just the chop that you can get on this stock is incredible. So I'm going to put it as a possible for now. Let's see where that goes there. All right, let's head on down, guys. To the NVTA. Did we take a look at that one? NVTA. So they're popping up 10%. Their volume is very scattered right now, only 125,000. And man, they're daily. Guys, look at this daily. Look how bad this is. And that's part of the reason I assume is because how light the volume is too, right? Here, where they start to get a little bit of movement, they're getting about 12 to 6 million shares traded. Possible breakout. See what you're looking at, 46.69. Looks like we had a level here before. A possible breakout out of this one, but for the most part, it's just not looking all that great right now. All right, what else? Did we look at that one today? We might have looked at that one today, I think. All right, so let's head on down here. PLTR, okay. EBON, we have American Airlines. Let's not forget about that one. What do we have here? American Airlines daily does look great, guys. They got good volume, up 3%. Yeah, I like American Airlines today. Let's put this one on here. Let's see how that's going to trade. But this looks nice for a possible breakout. Maybe test some of these 25, 26 levels up here. That could be real nice. That could be real nice. All right, I'm going to stop here. Let's take a look over on our YouTube chat, guys. What do you guys have this morning? And NOX, this one we looked up quite a bit. I don't like the way it trades, guys. You got to be very careful with this one. I think managing your risk is tough. The spread at times is very brutal. So just be careful. They're up 64%, 2.6. They are definitely in play. I just don't know if this is a stock that I would like to trade personally. So just be careful with this one. Again, it's up nicely. It could be fun, but just be mindful. I have it here as a possible already, but just be very careful with that one. CCIV, what do we have going on here? This one, a nice consolidation over the last couple of days, like many stocks have done. It again, just not doing much. It's back and forth action there. 3.5 this morning, 383,000 shares traded. It's okay. It might have some potential. We have so many stocks that look like this right now, guys, in our list. So I'm going to put this one on the side, maybe a possible. But we got so many that have this same type of look, right? They've been beaten up for a while. They've been consolidating over the last couple of days, especially last week. And now they could be breaking up towards the upside with everything else doing well. Despite the overall market doing pretty good, it's going to start pushing some of these things out of their range that they've been consolidating. But for example, I prefer Apple in a stock like this, right? Apple, like Norm was talking about, this is a good one that can trade very well with the tech sector being a little strong today. So these are things that I'd rather have this one than CCIV, but we'll see. We'll see how things play out. PLTR equals bad. Ben, I fully agree with you. PLTR is one of those stocks that could be so messy at times. So that's what I have it.
Unless you have very good, let's say, risk management techniques that are going to take into account a bunch of chopping around and wide spreads, PLTR is best to stay away from because it can be really difficult to trade if you're not.
I agree.
If you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. PLTR, and even if you know what you're doing, sometimes it's just so bad. Even if you know what you're doing, it's like, it's brutal. It's brutal. Yeah. ACY, guys, take a look here. What do we have? No, I don't like what I'm seeing here at the moment. Seems very choppy right now. So yeah,
like a 9-10 cent spread on a $9 stock is pretty bad too.
Yeah, that's brutal. So we'll stay away from that. I think it was a low flow stock. Did we look at this one earlier? I don't
yeah, it's 1 point.
It's 1.2. So yeah, need more volume than that.
You get smoked in that. That's the one that they came out last week saying they were declaring bankruptcy is what caused their huge pop.
Oh, this pop here on Thursday.
Yeah. Okay. We're going bankrupt. Triple our stock price.
Yep. Oh man. All right, so here we go, guys. Mara, let's take a look at that. We got a few more minutes. Mara this morning. Mara, here we go. Matter had a couple of great days last week. I didn't trade it. It was a beautiful breakout. I think it was on this day or this day. I don't remember. I think it was this day. But the breakout was of the pre-market high. It's just amazing down in around 1 o'clock or so. So right now they've been consolidating here in the last few days over 47 and 52. This could be exciting. Pre-market action right now up 1.1, 418. Yeah, I like Mara. If it continues to trade the way it has been trading, it can be a lot of fun, man. I've seen some pretty good action there. So Mara is good. We'll remove some other stuff on here that's not looking great. What else? CRM. CRM, guys, is another stock that doesn't trade well in the intraday. It's a horrible stock for day trading, I find to be. So again, and right now, look at the action you're getting. No volume, not even up a percent this morning. So we'll skip on that one. Let's GUSH. What stock is this? No, this is no good, guys. No volume here. And you can tell here, very, very, for the most part, you're not getting a whole lot of volume on the daily. So we'll skip on that too. Let's do the last one here, DBX. What do we have this morning? DBX, they are not doing a whole lot, guys.
Tough to trade as well.
Yeah, and yes, this is Dropbox. This is Dropbox, right? I think it is. This was my first IPO stock that I ever traded, Dropbox. And man, I got killed. I never traded an IPO after that for a long, long time. It's just insane. So again, it doesn't trade very well, guys, even when it has volume. So I won't be looking at this one today. All right, guys, let's stop here and we'll go over to announcements. We'll come back and fine tune our list here.
All right, quick weekly rundown. Usually you've got Brian's swing trade discussion 2:30 in the afternoon. He's been doing that more often because of COVID and being at home more than usual. So check him out this afternoon. Hopefully we'll have him today. If not, we'll have him other days this week as well. Then we've got our onboarding classes tonight, which are Carlos's onboarding class at 8, which is live. And then also we've got Kyle doing technology immediately after that, about 9 o'clock. So those are free, or not free, but they're open to anybody, including intro members. People that taking the 1 week trial can get in on that tonight, get set up for the week, make the most of the trial. Tuesdays, Thursdays, noon, trading reviews with Eamon in the classroom. And then we've got success webinars on Tuesday night, psychology webinars Wednesday night, Thursday group mentorship on Thursday nights, 8 p.m. And then don't forget, we simulcast the Closing Bell show Monday through Thursday on YouTube with Peter, Mike, Brian, whoever shows up, Magic 8 Ball, any of those. All right. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m., we've got Luke Jacoby. He's from Benzinga. He's going to be talking about what news matters and what doesn't. It should be interesting because a lot of times we get those kind of false catalyst news breaks. You're just inundated with so much news. Some things make sense to trade on, some things don't. So look forward to hearing that one. All right. Game theory presentation by Dr. Kenneth Reed. That'll be Wednesday night at 8 p.m. And then next week, Mike's going to be talking about reestablishing positive mindset after a losing streak. Very important. All right. If you want to participate in the member trade of the day, trade of the week, take a screenshot of your best trade, of course, with entries and exits on it, and then put any commentary you can describing the trade, posted on Twitter, tag at Bear Bull Traders, at MikeB_BBT, and at NormBBT. Also use hashtags BBT Family, Day Trading, and Stock Market. We'll announce the winner for each day in the Closing Bell show and on Twitter. And then all of those trades of the day are eligible for trade of the week, which the team will vote on over the weekend and announce on Monday. It's the best and fastest I've ever done that. Usually stumble on that one. If you're watching on YouTube and haven't been in the chat, use the promo code PREMARKET24. It'll get you a discount off the intro membership, which is 7 calendar days, 5 trading days in the classroom, in the chat room, excuse me. Also gives you access to the onboarding classes Monday night that I was describing. It doesn't auto renew or turn into anything else. And also, while I don't have the artwork yet for it, so it's not on this list, new promo code SPRING40. Celebrate the flowers coming out and the warm air and hopefully everything opening wherever you are soon. 40% off the annual elite membership. Promo code SPRING40. Dr. Katz.
Norm, props to you on that read this morning. Very smooth, starting off the week well.
Well, I was a little concerned. I had some negative self-talk because I drowned myself probably in a few too many drinks, far too much smoked meats, and crawfish, and everything else over the 3 days. So I appreciate it. How are you this morning?
I'm doing well. So no lipid profile for you this morning, right? You're going to put that off a
No,
little.
I'm not. No, nowhere near a doctor today.
Right. So yeah, good morning, everybody. This weekend, Andrew posted something on various social media sites and Twitter. Basically let me just read what Andrew posted, which I thought was very good. Always end the day with a positive thought, no matter how hard things were. Tomorrow is a fresh opportunity to make it better. And when I read that on Friday or Saturday, it made me think that it might be a good thing to kind of focus today on something that we've all heard about, but very often people don't institute in a regular way, and that is positive self-talk and how to use it effectively. Because, what is positive self-talk? Well, really, it is really just talking to yourself internally, or sometimes people do it out loud, kind of in an encouraging way. And there has been some research done with athletes, and I've used positive self-talk with athletes for many years, as well as traders, that it could help with performance. And so basically, how to make positive self-talk work for you and your trading, it's really exactly what it sounds like. The purpose of positive self-talk is to be a motivating, encouraging, and confidence boosting way of speaking to yourself. Sometimes it takes a bit of time to get good at it, to practice it, and it's important to be patient. But it's also important when you're speaking positively and encouraging to yourself is to be realistic. If the high school student who's getting 54s on the math test looks in the mirror and tries to tell themselves that they're the world's best math student, that's not being terribly realistic. So the importance is to be positive, but also very important to reframe a lot of the thoughts and negative, destructive self-talk that traders really often have after kind of you partake in a mistake or an error or a losing trade. I think traders can relate to negative self-talk, which is often what happens when things are not going well. But positive self-talk, one of the steps is when the task is simple, just keep the self-talk simple. Just tell yourself, kind of more encouraging that you can do it. Positive self-talk doesn't have to be overly inspiring. It just is a way of increasing the comfort, the confidence, and the energy when things are going on. I mean, I remember doing this kind of, as an athlete myself, just when things are tough, or even when they're not tough, just kind of encouraging yourself, focusing on the positive, focusing on things you want to be doing well, not getting your mind into the negativity. When the task is more complex, then it's important to kind of talk yourself through what you need to do. So that is really important, because very often the kind of trading mistakes or errors that can trigger negative self-talk, have a level of complexity, and it's important to review those for yourselves and then talk yourself and walk yourself through kind of the positive, encouraging aspects that you could have learned from that mistake and then kind of how you can use that moving forward. So you want to review the steps kind of in an encouraging manner, which, again, may mean correcting kind of the more painful errors and mistakes that you've recently made, but it's kind of really embracing this reminder of learning in a positive way. Now, what's really important here is the key on positive self-talk is don't just wait for your inner voice to start talking. Like, don't wait for something to go south where you feel bad and then you want to kind of counter correct it by positively speaking to yourself. It's very important to do that actively. I know I've been a long distance runner for many years, and very often during my runs, I'll just focus just constantly on what I want to be doing, my breathing, my gait, my trying to improve my comfort level, so that I kind of feel like my mind is in a good place, warding off the potential for when the fatigue and the discomfort comes. So as a trader, you're going to make some trading mistakes, you're going to have some losses. But if you can keep that positive self-talk present when you hit those rough patches, you're kind of more inclined just to use the errors as a catalyst to look at what you could do better. as opposed to people who go right down the rabbit hole with the negative thinking, putting themselves down. And that is really a destructive kind of way to go, and a really poor use of energy and time. So kind of just practice this as you go along. Negative self-talk, again, is really problematic. The bottom line here is this for everybody. If we aren't going to take care of ourselves, nobody else is going to do it. So people can be encouraging, people can be supportive, but ultimately it's on all of us, and this is not just about trading, this is about life in general, to kind of take care of ourselves. And it can be incredibly empowering and liberating as you take these positive steps to get better in your efforts for self-improvement. So again, that's the Mindful Monday tip for the day. And I hope people who haven't incorporated this can start doing that on a regular basis.
Excellent advice, because you go through those times. Trading can be lonely, difficult, stressful, and you can get in just this negative cycle of thinking and talking to yourself about it. So thank you very much, Doctor.
You're quite welcome. Everybody have a good day.
Have a great day.
All right, thank you, Dr. Katz. All right, let's get to it, guys. Let's run through our list here, starting with our main list. So we have American Airlines here. I think their daily looks pretty good, guys, for a possible pop here. Right now, volume is nice, 1 million. CADA, I love the drop here that they got this morning. This might be more of a secondary, maybe not a main one on our list here. EBON is good. Great volume. CHPT is okay. Tesla is definitely in play today. Apple, look at the breakout we're getting the last couple of minutes. So Apple's starting to look real good here this morning. So we'll keep an eye on that one. And then for secondary, we have Mara that can stay there. CCIV, Mara and CCIV, they're okay. POTR, I'm going to take off POTR. Let's just get rid of this one. WFC, guys, I know this is popping up and some of the banks are up about 1.31%, but I think we have better stuff this morning that's moving very well. So maybe later down the line, mid-morning, 11:30, we can see what's going on with those. But again, I don't have high hopes for those to move very well this morning. QS here could be interesting. NEO, I actually might move NEO up. It's very, very active this morning. I want to see hopefully a pop eventually after it finds a bottom down here. So I'm going to move this one up here. I'm going to watch NEO closely this morning. I will take that one there. Let's get rid of it from our secondary. And then NOX, guys, beautiful pre-market action, great movement. It's just managing the risk on this one. So again, definitely in play. If this is the type of stocks you like to trade, and you're good at it, you could definitely add it to your list. That's definitely in play this morning. AMC starting to look a whole lot better now. Look at the breakout we're getting here on AMC this morning. So we'll keep it on here. SKLZ, I'm going to remove this. Let's get rid of that one. NCLH has great volume, getting a nice little breakout here. I think this got to go into our main list this morning. NCLH looking very, very good, up almost 6% right now. So that's nice. And then BA starting to pick up a little bit here. Let's see if it can break out of this pre-market highs that we have going on. That can turn out pretty nice also. All right, we have a pretty big main list. Let's see. American Airlines, that's good. ACAD is okay. I think this is more of a possible. Let's put that down here. Let's remove it from there. Here we go. EBON is good. Great movement there. CHPT, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know what? Let's do these 7s now. We can always fine tune it down the line. So let's get levels for these right now. Here's American Airlines, guys. High of the pre-market at the moment, 24.58. So we'll throw a level there. Above here, we got a very, very clean, clear level, 25.13. Doesn't get better than that. And 26.08 all the way up here. Look how many times we touched up on this level here. They see the opening and closing right on this level. So that was eventually previous day closed for 1, 2, about 3 days here. So that was pretty nice. 25.13, definitely getting a lot of action. Now below the price action, you do have your highs and lows from the last 2 trading days off a nice consolidation here off the day. Look at this previous day close, which is basically your low of your pre-market right now. Again, just a lot of action happening here, a lot of support, a lot of resistance. So definitely you want to keep an eye out for those levels there. Now, if we were to lose all of these, which again, it's not likely today, but we'll see. Anything's possible. This market is crazy. 23.11, great area of resistance that can now become support. And then all the way down here, you got a couple of wicks here touching 22 22.36 as well. You can see it here, resistance, support, all good there. All right, E-bond here this morning, they again, nice pop, nice beautiful pop early on to 809 from 705. So you got a dollar move there. From since then, it has just kind of been just coming back down here below the VWAP a little bit, but they have great volume, guys. 2.8. We've seen this stock before be very explosive. The price action right now is surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. If we look towards the bottom here, a little bit towards the left, we can see a level of support right on here at 609. So great area of support. Prior, a little bit of resistance here, not much, but a lot of support definitely happening on here as well. So below that, if we were to lose, I don't think this type of move is going to happen today, but just in case, 541, great area of support as well. A lot of touches there. Now towards the top, if we're able to get back to this 809 here and break out of that, you do have the highs from 2 days ago. This would have been on Wednesday, right? We're off Friday right here around 836 or so. If we can pop up above that, we do have another level here at 891 and then all the way up here at a 943. So we got some pretty good levels here. Pre-market action took a very nice pop this morning. They got great volume, 2.8 at the moment. Let's see if they can find a base here and become a good possible breakout play. CHPT, guys, I mean, I think this is more of a possible. I might move this down, but they had a couple of really nice days here last week. So can they continue with the strength that they've been showing over the last week? 33.15 is a high of the pre-market. Above that, we do have a level here, prior support, then resistance after that. 35.61 is a good one, so watch out for that as well. Now towards the bottom, highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. I am going to mark down the pre-market low here at 29.11, so we'll throw a level there, and then below that you got more pre-market highs and lows for the last 2 trading days that are doing a pretty good job there for you. So do not need to add any more there. Let's go look at Tesla. I think Tesla is definitely in play, guys. Up 7% this morning, 1.6 million shares traded. Again, nice big pop for them after going all the way down to 591. And now it's 708. So just incredible bounce over the last couple of days. As many expected, this 716 level here, high of the pre-market. Above that level, 716, you can see also the resistance you're getting here as well as 716. So pretty nice. Above that, we have 745.27, great level there. And then here, you got a great area of support. 782.11, nice area of support happening there. So plenty of levels towards the top here, and then plenty towards the bottom. You can mark down your pre-market low at a 868, but you have so many levels down here. You have your high from the last trading day, which was Thursday. You can see that right on there. A little bit above the pre-market low, so I'd rather have this one on deck. And then below that, the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. So pretty good levels on Tesla, looking very good this morning. Here's Apple, guys. Again, getting a little bit a nice action here. 124 is the high of the pre-market. In this area of 124-ish, 123-ish area right here, you can see the resistance this stock has had over the last almost an entire month of March. Was not able to really break out of that 124. We had a nice breakout here on one day, but slammed right back down to that under that 124. So can we get above that? It's going to be a very, very strong level to crack for Apple, guys. Above that, we do have 125.80, and then we also have 127.20. So let's see. Let's see if we can get above that. This will be a good one today. Pre-market is looking very good. 1 million shares traded. Nice action so far this morning. Here, towards the bottom. What do we have towards the bottom? Oh, plenty. That's why they didn't go over it. Towards the bottom, guys, highs and lows, previous day close. It's just everything is taken care of for you here. So you're pretty much set there. Here's Neo, guys. Again, I have Neo on here. It's not looking great. We definitely seen better action from Neo. But again, there's just a fun stock to just keep an eye on because it could be interesting stock to trade. 40.16 low of the pre-market, but even though that's the low of the pre-market, this level here, you cannot deny this level is important. This 40.67. Look how many times we touched this level here. How many times we found support right on this. So you want to have that level on your charts here, and you also want to have 41.37, which is the high of the pre-market. Now, outside of the price range, you got a couple of places here. You have 43.15, great area of resistance. You can see it right on here. It also was good support for some time, but a lot of resistance happening on that 43.12, and then above that 44.54, another good one there. Towards the bottom, highs and lows from the last 2 trading days, previous day close, got you covered there. NTLA starting to break out even further, guys. Again, this thing is pretty active this morning. 1.6 million shares, high of the pre-market right now at 29.46, finding a little bit of resistance there, a little bit of a pullback happening. Above that, we do have 30.60. This daily, by the way, it's not great. right? You could tell here the levels here are not going to be great, but you could tell this 30-60. You got some touches on here, right? Got a couple of areas of resistance. Got some support, not quite, more resistance than anything. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Then here you might have another one, 31-60, 64. Good stuff there. And then from here it just gets a little bit messy, but we'll do the best we can. 32, 38, and 34, 41. Again, I don't think we'll get that type of run today, but right now so far up 5.4, looking pretty good with some nice decent volume. Towards the bottom, guys, you can mark down this level here, 28.40. It's slightly above the previous day close and the low of the pre-market, but you can tell here you got a couple of days bouncing off that 28.40. So keep that on there in case it's going to be important. And the pre-market actions already has been a level that's been taking some action. You can see the breakout here with volume coming in out at 28.40, maybe 28.44, a little bit higher, 28.45, but we'll see. That's looking pretty good right now. All right, that is what we have. Let's take a quick look over at our moderators lineup, see what they have this morning, what they like so far. Let's bring this over here. Okay, there we go. All right, let's start with Dima. So she is watching PLTR, Mara, Fuel Cell, and CCIV. Thor is watching PLTR, MU, NCLH, SQ, and Tesla. John likes Tesla and BA this morning. Tiffany's looking at NCLH, Tesla, and Apple as well. And Mike B, no trades for him today. Feels like he got hit by a truck. Guys, very important. If you're not feeling at your best, be careful trading today because it does affect your performance. It surely does. Norm, anything else that we might have missed?
No.
Okay, perfect, guys. I see there's some other moderators missing on their watch list. I'm sure they're putting it together. We'll continue here in the chat room. Brian and Andrew are up next to take us to the open, guys. Trade safe. We will see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Jared will be back to do the engineering the markets. And then tonight as well, guys, we do have our onboarding class at 8 p.m., followed by Kyle's tech class at 9 p.m. So do not miss out on that. If you have not checked out our chat room, try our trial for 7 days. You get access to all the intro stuff. And we'll see you tonight for that class. So take care, guys. Stay safe.
Take care, guys. Trade safe.